Hey, hello again, everyone. Mike Haytack here, voiceover talent, coach, and chief bottle washer and head cook. Yep, that's me. How you doing today? Today, we're going to talk about what kind of computer you need for voiceover. Okay? But first, I'd like to say thanks for coming. Thanks for watching. If you haven't yet, please subscribe to the channel, turn the notification bells on, give the video a like if it helps you out at all. It really does help out. It does. It helps with the YouTube algorithm. Leave a comment down below if you have any questions or suggestions. Now, let's get into it. Okay, so computers for voiceover. Just about anything is going to work. Thanks for coming. Thanks for watching. I'll see you guys later. Okay, no, seriously, that's not the entire video, but it almost could be. Computers for voiceover, you don't need the biggest, the baddest, the newest, the greatest, the latest. You don't need that for voiceover. The software that you use for recording voiceovers, it's called a DAW, Digital Audio Workstation. And I'm going to have a video coming up about those very shortly. But they don't take a lot of processing power. Now, if you're doing music production, that's a completely different thing, but we're just talking voiceover here. So those particular types of software programs don't take up a lot of power. They don't need big, huge, beefy CPUs to be able to process the voice that you're recording. Just about any computer built in the last 5 years, heck, maybe even 10 years, can handle the software for voiceover processing. You don't really need a big, huge, beefy, robust, I just have to have the most powerful computer, the newest computer. You don't really need that for voiceover. Chances are you probably have a computer already that'll work for you. If you have one sitting around, if you use one for web browsing, word processing, those kind of things, it's probably going to work for you and probably will. Your family computer could probably work, although your family might be a little upset if you all of a sudden say, hey, I'm taking this, I'm putting this into my booth so I can do some work. So you may have to pick one up, but you don't have to break the bank for a computer for processing voiceover. Now, there's really no difference between using a laptop or a desktop either. Either one will work. Either one will work. I personally use a laptop. I used to have a custom-built gaming rig that I used because I do occasionally play video games, and I also edit photos and edit video, and it was really great. But then one day, the processor just up and died on me, and I decided, what the heck, I'm going to upgrade. I went with a laptop because a lot of times I find myself sitting on the living room couch watching TV, editing photos and videos. All depends on what you want to use. All depends on what you may have laying around. The portability of the laptop worked well for me, which is why I went in that direction. But either or is going to be just fine. You don't have to have a desktop. You don't have to have a laptop. It can be either or. Windows or Mac, we're going to talk about that in just a little bit later in the video. The most important considerations for voiceover work where a computer are concerned are storage and sound, noise. Let's talk about storage first. Audio files, for the most part, are not big, huge, robust files, okay? Especially MP3 files, which is generally what get delivered to clients. MP3 files aren't all that big. Now, if you are delivering .wav files or you're storing .wav files, which is a higher quality of file, those take up a little bit more room. But, I mean, you don't need a ton of storage. If you have a computer laying around that you're considering using for your voiceover work, one of the concerns that you might have is, do I have enough storage on this computer to be able to store these files? Easy solution. Get an external SSD that plugs in via USB. Boom, you're done. That's exactly what I do. I have an external SSD that I store all my work on. Now, myself personally, I've been doing this for 10 years. I have every project I have ever done for the last 10 years stored and saved on the off chance that I might need it. It has come in handy a couple of times. I have had clients come back to me and say, is there any chance you could send me that file again? Do you still happen to have it? Mine got corrupted or I got lost. So it has saved a few client relationships over the years. I don't recommend, you don't have to do that. Okay. I'm not saying save everything, but I would save everything for at least a year, if not a little bit more, just on the off chance that you might need it. External SSD storage is pretty cheap right about now. So get whatever you can afford and you think is going to work for you. You can pick up like a 1 terabyte SSD for right around $100 now, $115. That's pretty cheap, and it will serve you well over the years. SSDs last a long time. So that you might consider picking one up, like this one right here. Just a suggestion, just a suggestion. There will be a link in the description below for this one. Now, what's even more important than storage, sound. The fans inside your computer for your GPU and your CPU, when they start to spin up, and if they start spinning up really fast, your microphone is going to pick that up, okay? And that's not something that you want. You don't want your microphone picking up your fan noise from your computer. Now, generally, audio software, depending on the computer, audio software is not going to make your fan spin up, but you never know. It is entirely possible depending on the type of computer you have, how old it is, that kind of thing. Mine in particular, right now I'm recording video and fans aren't even spinning. Yours might be a little bit different, so you need to be careful about the sound that your computer makes. Now, here's where Macs shine. The MacBook Air, it's fanless. It can't make fan noises because there is no fan inside of the computer. Very easy to put this in your booth, sitting right next to you. The computer's not going to make a sound, ever. And they work really well for voiceover. Even some of the older models, you don't need to go out and buy the new M1 or M2 MacBook Air, although those are really nice. You don't need to go out and buy one of those. If you have an older MacBook Air laying around, something from the last 5-6 years, something like that, it's going to work just fine for voiceover and no fans, so you're not going to get any fan sound at all. Now, if you don't like Apple for some reason, or you have another computer laying around your house that you're thinking about using for voiceover, all is not lost, okay? If for some reason you power up your digital audio workstation and the fans on your computer start spinning really fast and you're concerned that your microphone is going to pick up the sound, there's a really easy solution for it. Physically take your computer and move it outside of your booth. Move it further away from your microphone. You can use wireless keyboard and mouse to be able to control the computer, and just get a little extra long HDMI cable so you can have your monitor in your booth, so you can do everything inside your booth with your computer outside of it without the chance of your microphone picking up the fan noise from your computer. Now, here's where things might get a little controversial and might get a little shade thrown at me in the comments. Windows versus Mac. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. The programs that you use to record audio are going to work the same on either a Windows computer or a Mac computer. It doesn't make any difference. It really doesn't. So don't think that I'm a creator, I have to have a Mac. Or you see a lot of YouTubers that talk about voiceover or video editing, photo editing. You need a Mac. You don't need a Mac. You need a computer. And it can be either a Windows machine or it can be a Mac. That's really up to your preference, what you want, your budget. Macs do cost a little bit more. You do get quite a bit for them, though. I'm not hating on Macs. I've had Macs in the past. I'm considering switching to a Mac again in the near future. But what I'm saying is there's no practical difference between a Windows or a Mac computer for voiceover work. Either are going to serve you very well. So like I said at the very beginning of the video, it really is simple. It really is simple. If you have an older computer laying around, it's probably going to work. If it's 5, 6, 7 years old, it's probably going to work. You don't have to worry about it. You just have to make sure that you have the right amount of storage. And like I said, you can get an external SSD for that. And you have to make sure that it's quiet, or that you're able to move the computer outside of your booth so your microphone won't pick up that fan noise. I'd like to thank you for tuning in today. Thank you so very much for watching. Hit the like button if you got anything out of this video. Please consider subscribing and turning the notification bell on. I've got a bunch of videos planned for the future, and I don't want you to miss any of them. Hopefully, they're going to help you get started or keep moving forward with your voiceover career. Thanks again. I'll see you in the next video.